Up to you.
I'm just giving
Does
you a
not
hard
matter.
time on general principle. So, is it pronounced Catobal? Valerie?
Catobal Pass.
Catobal Pass.
Double pass. Sounds way better.
Catobal Pass. Yes.
What'd you call it? A cattle bleepus?
Cattle
Yeah.
bleepus.
That's so stupid. Yeah.
Oh, look.
If you swear today, the cattle bleepus.
Okay, yeah, those things are very deceptively strong.
I have never seen one of these before. I'm just fascinated.
Yeah,
I wonder if I can write it in.
Remember when we fought a Catoblepus Ridge? That was very interesting.
Catobal Pass.
Well, wait. Are we playing Pokemon now?
No. We're playing. I'm pronouncing it right, and y'all are American.
Well, I'm the real American here.
You have my sympathy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, since I haven't really, like shown my face, I'm Native American, so yeah. There's mixed things going on there.
Okay. So should I read my notes from last week?
Oh yeah.
Let's do the questions first.
Okay.
When Valerie gets back from picking up her bottle cap.
I'm here. I
What I
hear
got,
all my seal. I
Answer.
have no idea where the bottle cap went though.
It's gone.
Ah,
All right,
okay.
so Valerica, while you were walking around the carnival, Red the squirrel gave you a dandelion to blow. What did
Cattle
you wish
bleepus
for?
Valerica? What is wrong? Valerica.
Valerica. It's the American accent coming through.
It's the American education coming through.
The American education. Yes.
Yeah. Can't really disagree with that.
Anglicize the word. Anglicize the word.
No matter how bad it sounds. So, when all the kids when the kids come through the program, a lot of times they'll have to, now how do you pronounce your name? Because almost inevitably the way they pronounce their name sounds a whole lot better than the way I would have, based on my upbringing, have pronounced it. It almost always sounds better.
Yes, whatever you say.
It never sounds
Lysa,
worse.
Jirai.
Yep.
Dry has an E on the end.
Agus.
It's Jeree.
Jerry.
What was that about your notes?
So, what?
Oh, we're gonna do the
Talking about
questions
the
first.
wishes.
Oh, right.
So you are first, Valerie.
Cat face.
Valerica grabs a dandelion and feels like she's about to make a wish for herself, but she can't stop thinking about the Displacer Beast's cub. And so as she blows on the dandelion, she wishes for some sort of answer, some sort of resolution for the cub.
That's awesome. And Will, what is
Okay.
Snarkleg?
Yeah. So for Snarkleg, the little rascal would probably wish for something vague and be surprised about it, as well as being a little pessimistic that Dandelion wouldn't really grant a specific wish. Something like eating something good he'll never forget.
Nice. Vraka?
Vraka wishes for meat. He hasn't eaten anything for a whole hour.
And as Vraka turns the corner, there it is, the kebab stall.
Oh, good. Hello, cat face.
And Lisa, what does Rohan wish for?
Rohan thought about some more noble things and things like that, but just went for, they just want not just the memories of their family back, but they wish their whole family was back. And evidently Fumi has her own ideas about what way things should be.
Fumi says, I'm your family.
I'm your family now. You
Let's go
need
on
no
faces.
more.
As Jerry said, you have to point the butt towards you, apparently.
Right.
Yeah. Well, at least at this point, she's draped over the shoulder, so the butt's over my shoulder. But she will probably dismount, and I will have full view. As I said, she's been asleep all day till I sat down here.
Oh, God.
All right. So, Lisa, when
Okay.
last we
Okay.
left.
Yes, at the end of the last session before this, we had been hanging out with Candlefoot the Mine. We were next to the Hall of Illusions, so let's go for a visit. And we were also wondering about the halfling lovers we'd seen going in there. When we go inside, we see tall mirrors everywhere. The ones by the door reflect our younger selves, like toddler age, and as we progress, the mirrors show progressively aged versions until the ones by the maze are much older. In the maze, we encounter the halflings sitting on the floor holding hands and whispering. They have reconciled and seem to be sharing sweet nothings. Jerome starts playing a romantic tune, starting slow and speeding up. The halflings stand up and dance and invite us to join. I don't think we ever established if we join them. Probably depends on the people. Then Jerome starts walking backwards while playing and backs out of the entrance. We follow and exit the Hall of Illusions. Outside, we see a satyr playing panpipes. A bunch of rats dancing on their hind feet follow him towards the big top. Before we leave the area, Jerome grabs a rock and turns invisible. He goes back to the maze and smashes in a mirror. Candlefoot is puzzled and escorts out all of the let's say visible people out. Jerome rejoins us and gives no indication of what he had just done. On the way to the big top, we see peeking around the tent a strange small child, masked as a pig but gray like a zombie. We go over to investigate, and she ducks behind the tent and vanishes. And it was like, did she vanish by magic? Did she just duck away? Not really sure. We go to the big top. The lights go down. Mr. Light, who is the co-owner and a cheerful blue-skinned elf, steps up and says, "Prepare to be delighted." We see a series of performances. The bugbear performs acts of increasing strength, eventually lifting a barbell with chairs loaded with people. Then the mermaid serenades the audience, followed by Candlefoot performing silent guessing games and all kinds of other exciting things to see. At the end, Mr. Like asks if anybody wants to perform. Snarkling wants to do a stunt, a jump from a tightrope down into a cup of water using Featherfall. Brim tries to dissuade him with no success. During the performance, Joram is also playing music alongside. Mr. Light pulls all three onto the stage as a set of performers. I have a note. Jerome said he wanted to cast inspiration. I don't know if he actually did it. Let's see now. Thankfully, Snarkling succeeds in his casting and feather falls. Brim is relieved that he did not have to heal a smushed goblin. Mr. Light is impressed with the act, wants the performers and their friends to come talk to him in his office behind the big top. The bugbear is in the back of the tent guarding the entrance. He tells us we are expected with the wave dispels the wall of thorns and leads us back to the owner's office. Both Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are there. Both are the gray-blue elves, but Mr. Witch is a grumpy pants. Could not resist that. We asked about the previous carnival. Mr. Light, I mean, you had different words. I was the one that used the term grumpy pants. We asked about the previous carnival. Mr. Light said he crossed paths with Isolde, the owner of the carnival that came here last time. They traded routes and sponsors. Isolde seemed to be unusually eager to trade, and now the Witchlight Carnival knows why. when we ask about the missing displacer cub, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light
You
don't
became
know what happened
unmuted.
to Star.
Well,
And both are sad about it. Then they explain that things can just disappear at the carnival nowadays. That seems to be connected with the carnival sponsors that came with the trade. These people seem to take what they like and to punish people who do things they don't like, for example, taking stuff and/or sneaking in. Next, we asked about the Gray Child. Mr. Light says some things sneak in from other places. So I hope that child is okay. When asked, we are told that the patrons or sponsors don't show up often at the carnival, and this is about all we can learn. Our conversation is ending. It's getting to be time to select the monarch. We ask how they do it and learn the scepter picks the person who has affected the carnival most positively. As we leave, the bugbear, Burley, takes the pumpkin off of his head. He says sadly that bad things are happening, people and things vanishing, and the owners are unable to do anything about it. They are unhappy but helpless. Star has been the biggest loss to the carnival, then Candlefoot's loss of voice and color, and other smaller things regularly go missing. These all seem to be tied to the sponsors, but the carnival staff can't do anything about it. He does have some suggestions who might have more information. Star's parent, Palasha the mermaid, and Candlefoot. Burley also warns us to stay away from Thaco, the mean clown and security guard. And I put in a reminder that Biscuit the Ham, if anybody remembers Hams, told us that talked to Diana at the carousel as well. We want to stay and recover our precious lost items. Idea, let's try for the monarch of the carnival by catching the troublemaking Kenku. Also an excuse to go forth and ask nosy questions. First stop the carousel. On the way, we come across two girls arguing over who's going to hand the wooden rose to the living statue, who's a person painted gray, whose hand is slowly reaching for the rose. Roham suggests they both hold the rose and hand it over together. The statue accepts it and slowly closes its hand over the rose. We come to the carousel and meet Diana. She is a beautiful centaur, but we can see she is also sad. She says she was a human that made a bad deal and was turned into the centaur. She had a horse that vanished in battle. She wanted to be reunited in battle with the horse. As I said, watch out for what you wish for. She went to talk to, and then blood starts pouring out of her mouth. We make conjecture. She tries to point, and the mushrooms go in her fingers and painfully fall off. She said we should talk to the unicorns in the carousel, and this gives us a small container of gold paint and brushes. She said she would close the ride while we are on it, and if we solved the riddles of the unicorns, they would talk to us. On the carousel, there are 4 pairs of unicorns alternating with plate horses. The unicorns each have name tags with the words in gold paint. One name tag of each pair is incomplete. And do you want me to go through the puzzles, or just say that we solve the puzzles?
yeah, you can skip it.
Okay. And each time we solve the puzzle, we have the pair of unicorns give us a piece of information about the carnival owners and current managers of it. And they are in both the chat in Foundry, and they're also in Discord as well. And so there, at that point, getting the answers from the unicorn is when we ended last session. So on with the show.
All right. So you guys are at the carousel. Where do you wish to go next?
There were the other people we were supposed to talk to.
Yeah, so there was... Yeah, okay. What was our next lead?
Star's parent, the was Displacer Beast, Star's parent, the mermaid, and Candlefoot.
Who is closest?
So where
Star's parents over at Lost Property.
do we know where the would
But
it
we've
be
already
reasonable?
spoken to all of those. Spoken to
We
all of those?
we have spoken to. We learned from the parent that the child was missing, but we didn't really talk more about that. We haven't talked to the mermaid at all. And again, we may not have asked specific enough questions from Candlefoot. And
I can sign with Candlefoot, can't I?
yes. So, do we know where the mermaid hangs out during the aftertime? Maybe that is a question that we can ask of Diana, which won't cause her pain and distress.
Silversong Lake is what she says.
That makes sense. If we're at the carousel, you could go up this way to Silver Swan Lake, or down. Looks like we'd have to go around here and down here to get Lost Property.
Yeah, so if we're going to Silver Song Lake, Lost Property is in the way.
So we could do loop around.
Yeah.
Shall we go there first?
We might as well.
You've already talked to him.
What kind
of?
We have already
know
talked to him. Is there
gonna get
much
much more
extra
information.
information we could... Yeah.
So you don't think there's any more? What kind of questions can we ask that don't cause blood and toadstools?
Well, as long as they haven't made a deal with a hag.
Okay.
Blood and toadstools.
And what happened to Diana? So they might not have their lips sealed, so to speak. Okay. Why would they want? Okay, let's see if we could talk over it. Let's go visit the rides and Silver Song Lake.
So as you're walking over there, you see a man, and he's kind of off by himself, but there's a couple of groups of people standing around watching him, and he's like swatting at something in the air, and you can see several pixies darting around him, giggling. And then his head like explodes in glitter and is replaced by a donkey head. And now he is a praying donkey chasing the pixies as they fly off in different directions.
Don't piss off the Fae. That's what Starklake takes from that.
And let's see here. Silver Song Lake is kind of surrounded by mist on the outer shore. Near the center, there is a mermaid lounging in a giant bowl, and the bowl is inside of a clamshell, a giant clamshell. So the bowl is kind of like a pearl, if it were a really big pearl. And she is singing softly, and she is controlling the water around her in the lake, and making like little fountains come up and jump back and forth kind of things.
Is she lounging in something like she's in a fishbowl?
She's in a fishbowl, yeah.
Does her song have any effect on us?
No.
She's a mermaid, not a siren. Can we get one of the gondola swans? Go over and talk to her?
You can talk to her from there. You can step out to the pier, and she is close enough to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
But you can take a gondola swan around the carnival if you would like.
I would like to do that.
Just because it
After
sounds
we've-
fun.
First.
Yeah. Talk to her first.
So is she right at the edge, or is she like in the center?
She's
She's
up
in
here
the center,
in the
but
clam.
you can get out there far enough to see.
Yeah, there's a bridge. There's a pier or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
She says, "Hello, travelers. How is the carnival treating you tonight? Seems like everybody's in a lovely mood."
It is amazing and magical here.
Indeed. Indeed.
We are seeing all kinds of interesting things out here. But we are also looking for things ourselves.
I can give you directions if you like. What are you looking for?
We are looking for things that we lost and other people lost. We're looking for things that we lost last time we were here. We are also looking for a star.
She kind of looks around to see who's looking, and she says, I think I know of the star you speak of, and things that are lost. I'm afraid I do not know too much about that, but we can talk about it, and I can try and help. My name is Palasha, she says.
Any help would be much appreciated. Palasha. Pleased to meet you, Palasha. I'm Rohan.
And once you stop singing, the water kind of mellows out and stops dancing for her. So what questions do you have?
Are the lost things somewhere where they can be found again?
I do not know where the lost things go.
When was the last time something that was lost was found again?
I don't know that anything
She signs.
that was lost. Right. I don't know that anything that was lost has been found. Yeah, when she talks, I assume that you signed to one of your friends and they translate.
Sure.
Yes. We've had years to get used to this. It is fluid and seamless.
Yeah, I got a question for you. And do you know anything about that bird person, the one that's kind of been roaming around causing mischief? Any news about that one?
She says, "Ooh, Kettle Steam. Yes, I know about Kettle Steam. Kettle Steam's the one who
Kettle Steam?
stole Kettle Steam. Of course, that's not how they say it, but that's what it sounds like. Kettle steaming. But Kettle Steam was the one who stole Candlefoot's voice.
Candlefoot's books?
Voice. Candlefoot's voice.
His voice.
Oh, voice.
Yes, and they did it at the time that he was proposing to me. It's
Aw.
horribly embarrassing for him and me as well.
I hope this proposal was still understood.
We haven't really spoken since that incident.
Well, you need any help translating? We're pretty good with sign language.
I don't know. If you could get his voice back, that would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
So you love him for voice.
Yes.
Valerie just signs my people.
Is there any? What can you tell us? Do you know anything about the patrons or the sponsors of this? That came when the new patrons or sponsors of this carnival?
I know a little bit. I know the patron's name is Zilbina. And she is a fae from the domain of Prismere, and she controls the domain of Prismere. She has not been around much from what I hear. That's really all I know.
Did she used to be around a lot more? And now is not around as much?
She would be in contact with people. I've never met her or talked to her, but you know how you hear when certain people visit, the important people, the known people,
yes,
the celebrities.
That usually creates a stir, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And as you guys are talking, someone from the crowd that's kind of gathered around, who was gathered around, watching her perform, yells, "Hey, lady, you gonna get on with the show or what?" And she kind of like flusteredly looks out to try and identify who that was, but can't quite pin it.
Well, I don't want to get her in trouble, so. Do you know anything about some hags?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I'll look at the rest of our troop and see is there anything else we want to ask her while we're here?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, let's get out. Let's move a little bit so we don't get. Have you seen the Kenku anywhere? Any idea where it hangs out?
No, they've just been running around causing trouble. So anywhere where there's trouble.
Okay. We shall keep our ears open for trouble then.
Follow the signs of trouble.
Whoops, I think maybe we should split up and cover more ground.
Yeah, sure.
And then someone else from the crowd yells something like, "I've heard fish sing better than you, lady."
Oh wow, hella rude.
Let's. I'm inclined to go and try and find that person and give them.
Yeah, who was that?
Can we tell?
You guys,
can we
you
tell
can't
who said
tell
that?
who it is. You can't tell who said that. But you can kind of hang back and watch, see if it happens again.
Yeah.
If she starts performing.
Yeah, let's do that.
So someone else yells, and this is a different voice for the third time. Someone else yells, "There were better tricks in the Pixie Kingdom." And you kind of see this person, kind of a nondescript person, like pops their head up and yells it, and then ducks back down and kind of moves back around the crowd. And as they're moving back around the crowd, you can see black feathers tailing out of their robe.
I would like to sneak up on them and cast sleep.
I am going to try and sneak up and grab a hold. You know, and see if I can just grab a hold of this person.
All right.
Which one do you want to do first?
I think that since you said you were going to cast sleep first, I think that you can go ahead and give me a roll and see if you can cast sleep.
All right. I do not remember how this works.
I believe it is a DC 15 intelligence roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we approach this person, I just Valerie just
Nice. And then Roarham gets over there just in time to catch them as they fall, and you are holding in your arms a Kenku.
and we and drive them away from the crowd.
Does
Keep them
Pasha
upright.
want-
Be all buddy buddy about it.
Yeah, I
Should we weaken
I'm
it,
gonna-
Bernie's
I-
it?
I'm
Weekend
going-
at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's,
I was
that
trying to think
shit,
of the
yeah.
name.
Yes, yes. I was gonna say let's pretend he's drunk and we're carrying him.
All right, someone
Yeah.
pulls out a pair of sunglasses, get a wing on each shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll act as the wingman.
What an awful
Fuck
movie.
man.
That pun was nothing to crow about.
You can bill me for it.
Oh, look at you, just raving on.
Oh, it's nothing to crow about.
I just said crow about. You can't use
You
that back on
did.
me.
You are right. Your brain was not working fast enough.
I win.
You win.
This is a straight up murder, I swear to God.
So, where now that we've caught him, where should we take him? Should we take him to the main office? Take him to the Lost and Found?
Yeah, let's cage this bird.
His goose is cooked. So let's take him back to the office.
I
Unless
swear all these
Pashina
puns
wants to take him.
I swear all these puns are giving me a migraine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
was
not.
making a pun. I was making a pun.
So,
All right,
are
so
you saying
about
I'm a pain in the
halfway.
neck?
So about halfway to the staff areas where you're taking him. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's see now. I'm like flipping over, looking at the map.
The staff area is where we met the bosses.
Yeah, because the bosses were out and back and things like that. Yes, and I'm watching for signs of awakening. I've got my firmest grip on this Kenku.
Yeah, she says she like starts to stir, like the dragging is jostling her awake, and she starts to stir, and she like struggles a bit to get out of your grip, but when she realizes she's caught, she says, please don't take me there, and she says it in a male voice that does not seem like it should be hers.
Why not? What will you give us?
They'll just throw me out. I'll give you information.
Will you give will you give the mime his voice back?
Yeah, give him his voice back.
Yes.
Is this his voice you are using?
It is.
Do you know how to?
She
do you know how to
taps
sign?
Rohan and signs. Does she have a girl voice she can give?
I asked that question.
No. It's a trick only I can do.
Damn.
It was a pact I made with a fae named Zilbina.
What was the pact that you made? A pact to cause trouble, to take the voice?
To be able to take a voice.
How many other
Part of the
voices
power
have you
that she's
taken?
given me. I can only keep one at a time.
Power she. So she allows you to take a voice.
Have you
And-
returned all the others?
They go back to their owner after I steal another.
Ah,
Why should you stay here? I hear you're causing trouble all over the place.
I'm just trying to get help. I'm just trying to stir up enough attention so that people will listen to what I've been saying, what Witch and Light already know, that there's problems in Prismere.
What's going on, Prismere?
Zobina's gone. And that's probably what's causing all the trouble that I'm not causing. At the carnival. There's people disappearing.
Oh right, yeah. We did kind of learn like that sort of stuff going on, and as well as like from stuff from the unicorns, their posts.
I heard a halfling woman say that her recently proposed disappeared tonight.
oh.
Oh,
So, does that mean we need to go to Prismere to figure this out? That seems above our pay grade.
Well, if we want our stuff back, it kind of sounds like that's where things are. All these missing things, like people, living, breathing, humanoids, and other such things. And it's like, that's a gut hard feeling. But like, yeah, shit.
I'm having a hard time understanding you.
I don't know if that's what you need to do, but I think getting information from Witch and Light would be the best. I don't know how.
Okay.
Like, what I'm doing clearly isn't working.
You got any dirt on them?
We are listening to you. We believe you. We have also lost things, probably because of this problem in Prismere. We want to get it solved too. So, do you think that you can stop making trouble and maybe start working with us?
I can do that.
And have you ever learned sign language?
No.
We are all very good at that, and this is a way you can communicate even if you don't take somebody's voice. If we're hanging out together, we'd be happy to teach you that.
Try to take my voice. Want to know what'll happen?
You don't have a voice.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to know what would happen.
No, that's what Kettlesteam says. You don't have a voice. There's nothing for me to take. I reach out and there's nothing. What happened to you?
That's what she lost when we lost things.
Yeah.
And that's what she wants back. We all lost something precious to us, and we would all like to get Star back.
Oh,
Yes.
the little kitten, huh? I heard about
Yes.
her. Or him.
Well, listen. I'll make a deal with you. If you give back, if you stop causing problems, and give back.
Oh, I mean, her
Cattlefoot's
tactic
voice.
worked. Here we are, listening to them.
Yeah, we're hearing you. And give back Candlefoot's voice. You can borrow my voice. We can work out a deal where you can borrow my voice when you need to talk, because we can still because I can still communicate with my group, my folks here, even without it. But you have to give it back. It's just taking turns.
So Kettlesteam reaches into her robe and pulls out like a little straw figure, and it's got a like a strip of corn husk tied around its throat, and she unties it and then she says in very like chopped up voice, there, his voice is back. And Kettlesteam's voice is a combination of different voices that she mimics and puts it together as pieces.
It's a very interesting voice I have. I like it. I like it. So, okay. Thank you for giving him his voice back. Now, let's see now. Is there anybody else we need to talk to? Who else might have some information?
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Well, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are saying...
Are they able... It seems like they are helpless at this point.
But they never
just
mentioned
don't
to us
wanna
that
talk.
Sabina's gone.
They just don't want to talk?
They just
Okay.
don't want to talk. They know something. I heard them talking.
Maybe if we win Witchlight
Eh?
Monarch, they talk to us.
I think that might be too late.
She says,
you know?
I heard them talking. And in Mr. Light's voice, she says, someone's going to find out about this. They're going to shut us down. And then in Mr. Witch's voice, she says, we agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced here, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants. In return, we stay in business. That's what you want, right?
The Hourglass Coven. The hags. So it's not Sabina who's been taking things, it's the hags who are taking things. That finally makes sense.
Didn't we hear hags take
Frozen?
over Sabina's domain?
But we didn't...
Sabina is frozen in time.
Oh.
That's
I
what
missed
the first unicorn said.
Kettlesteam kind of
please.
freaks out at that. Frozen in time? My patron is frozen in time?
That's what we were told.
And what of these hags? What do you know of these hags?
We're in this together. I'm going to tell her all that we learned from the unicorns, but I'm not necessarily going to say who we learned it from at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the three riddles?
Mm-hmm. So, we'll tell the results that we got from the three riddles.
Kettlesteam is eager and interested in the information, but you can see it's like weighing her down now. And she kind of like flusteredly throws up her wings and says, all this and I can't do anything. I can't do anything about it. How am I supposed to do something? I can't even go to Prismere.
How would we go to Prismere?
I don't know. How do you get to anywhere?
Walking,
Well,
that's a
usually,
good
but I
question.
suspect that
Yeah,
would
I was
work.
Witch and
say
Light have
walk,
to
but,
know.
like- okay, but like, hey, it sounds like you actually got some dirt on them, like with that voice of yours. Like, you can't really, like, do I know about Kenku's, like their
Sure.
their deal?
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, you can't really lie about that. Like, that's 100% true. Like, your copy thing with Jigger. So we could just like start spreading that around if they don't help us.
I think you
Will
need to get
that
some like
solve the
leverage, like steal one of their things, that weather vane. You can get that weather vane, hold it hostage.
Not
So
much
what are
to see.
things- the things of theirs? Are you saying the things of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, or something from the
Yes. From Mr. Witch or Mr. Light. Get Light's weather vane.
And you're saying it's something.
So you won't give
prized
it back
of his?
until you know what. We won't give it back until we know what's going on.
And to do that, we'd need to be crowned Witchlight Monarch. Or we could try and snag it now.
No, you'd have to steal it. Yeah.
I am
Weather
very
vane-
big and
Where
loud.
is it? Where is the weather vane located?
in
Who's
Mr. Light's hand.
relevant? Who's our
What?
resident thief? Who's really good at
It's
all
in
things
Mr.
thievery?
Light's hand.
Not me.
The weather vane is Mr. Light's hand.
Correct.
The weather vane is up, like he's holding it like a staff.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, is it okay if we call you Kettlestein? Or do you have another name you'd prefer to be called?
She says, "Well, my name technically is," and then makes the sound of a kettle steaming. But yes.
I'm going to try and
Kettles-
whistle. I'm going to try and whistle that sound.
And she says, "Oh, that's very good. That's very good."
So I will try to. I will try to address Kettlestein by her proper name and pronouns too.
Okay. Vraka cannot whistle.
Lyrica should be able to whistle. Because you don't need your voice box to whistle, do you? No, you don't. Can't whistle very well. Okay.
She could whistle, but only on the intake.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so, could we have is there anything else that they prize that we can get our hands on, or is the weather vane the big one?
The weather vane or that watch?
Is it also on Mr. Light?
Witch's
That's
watch.
Mr. Witch.
Wait, so I actually thinking about it, like, he's always carrying that thing, the weather vane thing. So, like, it'd be very noticeable if it wasn't in his hand, right? So, if we do choose to steal something, it would probably be the watch.
Pocket watch.
It's
You
in
could
pocket.
steal a pocket watch with a little bit more subterfuge. But he's constantly checking it. He'll know very quickly if it's missing.
Yes, but like less in between the times between the guy that's always waving around in his hand, never letting it go.
Yeah, minutes instead of seconds.
Is there any way we could get a substitute? Pull a little switcheroo. That would be easier to pull on a pocket watch rather than thing. Or is it? We can't just snatch it away because then everybody would be trying to get it back. Do they ever put their item? Do you ever see them without their staff or their watch?
No. No.
Okay. Do they sell souvenir watches or souvenir?
Souvenir with a vane.
Souvenir weather
little,
vanes.
little cardboard ones with a...
As I said, you know, if you're like picking a pocket watch, it'd be better to slip something else in. That's
You
approximately the
gonna
same
Indiana
shape.
Jones that shit?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So not to fool them. If now that we have found you and you've agreed to join us, could we? I'm trying to see if we could present you as reformed and now an asset to the carnival. But are they mad enough at you that if they knew you were here, they would just throw you out?
They're probably mad enough at me.
Okay, so let's keep those feathers under cover then.
In
I
fact,
just our hat.
Probably soon after, like, you started talking and became friendly with her, she would cast disguise self on herself and make herself look like
Okay.
a nondescript fairgoer.
Okay. Okay. Then we will. As long as you are working with us, we will not reveal you to other people. So you think that the next thing to do is to steal? Okay. All right, can we plan a heist? Team?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to.
Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be sneaky.
So,
I
very
am about
loud.
as
Kettle Steam,
I
or
am
not
about
Kettle
as
Steam.
sneaky as a brick through a window.
Candlefoot runs by and like yells at you guys, my voice, and he kind of like hugs you all. My voice,
Want to hug back?
wonderful, it's back.
Valerie just kicks the dirt.
Yes. Understandable.
Good for you, buddy. Grr.
Mm-hmm. If it was only Kenku that stole your voice box. So, so it is now what is the time? Do we?
It is like 9:30. That
9:30.
counter was like a half hour.
Right. Do we want to check out any more of the sites of the fairground? Shall we go get something to eat while we plan?
Hey, yeah, I'm definitely starving.
Vraka
say
has
you've
not
got-
eaten in a whole hour.
You've got a couple of hungry guys here.
Shall we check out the feasting orchard?
Meat?
It just says feasting. It didn't say meat, but their two are often associated.
Meat.
Shall we go?
Yes.
Vraka just already starts heading towards the way you pointed. Meat.
So
you just
let's
reminded
go
me that
into
I'm starving too, so make it Uber Eats.
All right, so as you approach, the scent of flowers, berry pies, and mead waft out of this area. There are stilt walkers plucking fruit from trees, musicians, pipes, drums, lutes, singing, dancing, and everybody is very happy dancing on tables, and there's food everywhere. There is a sign for a fairy cake eating contest. And then there are two people here, two kids. They look the same age. They are doing a show with kittens. They are trained kittens, so they're like jumping through hoops, jumping from shoulder to shoulder. The two kids. I have.
Okay, so I heard cupcake eating contest. I've never had a cupcake before. What is a cupcake?
Are they?
You eat cup?
Is it like a cake that you bake in a cup or something? Like it's like a tiny cake.
Sounds
the brain's
like
gotta go in
cake
the mouth.
made of cups.
Oh, interesting. No, that would be a cake cup, not a cupcake. So is it a cake that's cup shaped?
I think we just need to go and investigate this.
Y'all ever had a mug
I am
cake?
down.
Mug, not mud.
Is that like? Oh, maybe it's like the same thing. It's just like a variant of cupcake. There's cups and then there's mugs and then there's like flasks. Maybe there's a flask.
Now Vraka wants a flask of cake.
So there's food around. There's also a fairy cake eating contest.
Yes.
What do the fairy cakes look like?
Like cupcakes. Very small cakes.
Ah.
And why don't they just call them mini cakes or like tiny cakes? Like why put cups in like? Is that how it was first made? It's like he's trying to go into like the theory of cupcake now.
No one explain it.
Vraka can't.
I'm listening with high entertainment on his fairly interesting and creative theorizing.
Yeah, the fairy's buzzing around your head now, saying, "They're not cupcakes. They're not cupcakes. They're cakes. We make them in our oven. They're cakes."
Oh, neat, nice. Okay, cool. Wait. And then he's
Question
like goes
solved.
on another tangent.
Vraka wants meat.
His common sense is out the door.
Nobody else has listened to the End of Time and Other Bothers, have they? There's like a whole thing about fairy cakes that is fairly entertaining.
I'll have to look that one up. Give me a sec.
There's probably someone selling turkey legs or something suitably fair-like.
Okay.
I will take 4.
I'll get some food too. I'm watching the trained kittens. The performance. You said there were a couple of kids.
Yeah.
How does it look?
Like early teens. These cats
Wait
listen.
a minute. Wait a
These
minute.
are
Didn't
very
we
trained
see-
kittens.
Didn't we see
See
these
what?
people at the last carnival?
You indeed
this
did.
Widget and Poppet, like
You
Widget
indeed
and
did.
Puppet?
Really? You got sharp eyes. Better memory than I. So these two teams were at the Prius Carnival?
Correct. Yes.
Do they look like they have
Just-
aged at all?
Yes. Yes. They were younger.
Okay.
Did they have the age at the same rate?
Yes.
Are they in a
What
position
were they
where we
doing?
can talk to them?
Were they doing kitten tricks the last carnival too?
I think we were staying away from them at last time because like we didn't want to be seen.
They were wandering around. They were almost patrolling.
Oh,
Wandering
okay.
around
It was also
talking
the
to
day
people.
before the actual.
Well, they were essentially patrolling, but they were just wandering around. I think he was stationary and she was moving around, actually, because she nearly caught me. Also, I need to get me that dress. That's so cute. Can we go over and talk to them?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's see if they know any sign language. Hi, how are you?
They as you guys approach, they kind of wind down their kitten show, and Poppet smiles and nods at you, and Widget just kind of like stays back, but gives a friendly nod.
Mm-hmm. She'll give a friendly wave and sign to ask if they can sign. Or understand it.
You'll get a probably mostly confusion. Like,
Yep, okay.
I'll tag along. I'll try
Yep.
to tag along to translate.
Thank God.
yeah, I mean, so there's probably there's probably some sort of established sign language because there were people without voices for all time.
Uh-huh.
And it's probably just like now where nobody's going to know what it is. They might know a couple things, but for the most part, they'll be totally in the dark.
Cool. So if we can ask them if they've lost anything since the last carnival in this area.
Poppy will kind of slowly shake her head and say no, but you all have. And she'll kind of like walk back towards the corner, a little quieter part. She'll like turn around and walk back to a quieter part of the orchard
Ah,
and sit underneath a tree.
Yep.
I follow.
absolutely. Follow, sit under the tree with her. How much do you know about what's going on?
Enough to know that Witch and Light are hiding something, but not enough to know what it is.
Should we disclose what we know? What happened to the kids that didn't make it out of the last carnival?
The ones you guys were controlling?
Yes. No, like, I'm asking them.
They were, they all came back. They all came back a little different, maybe.
All came back from where?
The carnival.
Oh, wait, so all of our previous characters did actually return at some point?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the ones
most
that
of them were kicked
succeeded
out.
also lost something.
Right. But they were, like, murdered. One of them did fall into a...
One of them did fall into a pit of snakes.
Yeah, one did die. That was,
Yeah.
that was traumatic for Snorkelig.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that was something that might have been avoided by a little different choices.
Yeah.
So he
than-
showed up on the
than
side of a
fiendish
road with
killing.
a snake in his pants or something, and his brother said, I don't know what happened to him.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm kind of curious what their connection between this carnival and the last carnival. 'Cause, like,
yes.
Well, like, because they're yeah.
How come
Weren't
how
like,
come they
separate?
moved?
We were given the choice to stay on or switch sides. And this is the side that I prefer. The
So
other carnival
what is the good?
was much darker than this one.
Was much darker than this one?
Well, yeah, it was spooky as all hell.
Yes.
This one's also spooky, but everyone's smiling.
Which,
Totally different
do you
spook
know
factor.
anything? From what I understand, when they traded carnivals, when they got the route, they also got the patrons of the old carnival. Do you know anything more about the patron or sponsor that came with you?
I know that the patron is Zilbina, and she makes a pact with the owners. I don't know what that pact is, or much more about Zilbina.
Do you know that Sylvina is missing?
I did not know that.
Okay.
That is unfortunate.
That answers like 20,000 other questions. Because if they don't know that, they're not going to know anything about the hags. Might as well ask, have you heard
she'll-
anything about...
Go ahead.
Yeah, have you heard anything about a coven of hags wanting to take over the carnival before all this stuff happened?
So the witches were,
Or were the witches just a bad deal that Witch and
enforcers?
Light had made?
the witches
She doesn't.
are enforcers of Zilbina, and anybody who enters her realm without permission, and the carnival is considered her realm. They are allowed to punish by stealing something of theirs,
Okay.
stealing something of yours for trespassing.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you know how to get to the other side? To Zilbina's... to the actual realm where Zilbina is?
Um, Witch and Light now. I do not.
Okay.
How long has the witches been the enforcers for Zelbina?
As long as I've known.
Okay, and you've been around since you were a child, so this is not new.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, she says my brother and I were born in Zilbina's carnival. Which is why we chose to stay. And like her brother comes over and is like nodding, eating an apple, sits down underneath the tree.
So are your parents here too?
She says our parents left a while ago.
Like between now and the last carnival, before the last carnival.
It was probably 3 years. They got tired of the carnival and went back to the Fey realm.
Oh,
So they gave. Did they just go without telling you, or did they talk to you about it first?
Oh no, we knew.
okay, so they're not dirtbags. Okay, cool, awesome, good job. Yes,
Correct, not dirtbags.
Oh, thank
But
God.
we enjoy the carnival.
Awesome. Okay,
can see that.
you found your shtick.
Yeah, you found your place. That's always a good thing. So have you seen? How often does Albina come by to check out the carnival?
Like I said, she hasn't been by in a while.
Okay.
I would say probably at least once or twice a year. Not often.
Oh, how when was the last time you saw her?
Probably. Well, I don't think I've ever seen her. I have my suspicions, but I would say I think the last time she showed up was 4 years ago. It was after my parents left. I know that.
And how often do you see the enforcers? Are they around regularly? I mean, if they're stealing things from troublemakers, and are they around on a regular basis?
They're around, yeah. They do well to keep to the shadows.
Do they have their own place to hang out?
No, they go in and out. I think they come from the Hall of Illusions. I think there is some sort of portal in there that allows them to travel back and forth.
Oh. Very interesting. Very
So
interesting.
there's something about a Halloween.
What are your kitties named?
She rattles off a bunch of cat names. Like 12 cat
I
names.
scritch them.
They're
I
kind
call
of
them all
all
putty
lying
cat.
piled
Switch
around.
them.
They enjoy it
Mhm.
very much. And they mark you
Oh yeah.
with their sheets.
Oh yes. I'm now covered in cat hair.
Oh, yes.
How unusual.
So, yes, how unusual. Okay. Okay. So the hags don't take anything unless somebody's done something wrong. So that they're not involved with the disappearance of Star then?
I don't know.
Wait.
They're
you
not
know
supposed to. But if something's happened to
Oh.
Zilbina, then the hags have no one controlling them. They have no oversight. Oversight's
I
not
heard
the word
something
she would
about
use.
like was like a gnome or a halfling that got
I don't know.
like it was like really recent. It was like just today.
Oh, yeah, one of the halfling couple. So
Right.
the couple that proposed inside the Hall of Illusions. The guy
Wait.
got taken.
Widget says around a mouthful of apple. Yeah, I saw those two. They're cute, running around.
Yeah, well, one of them's gone missing.
And then he like solemnly shakes his head.
Widget's been fairly quiet during this.
He has, but he's interjecting, so not suspiciously quiet. But quiet as
No,
in he
this is
lets
not
his sister do the
suspicious,
talking.
says the DM. Okay. Alright. I don't know if there's much else to do with this information. Hall of Illusions?
Should we tell people that Zilbina is frozen in time? I mean, should we share that information? That we've
Well,
heard this?
what does that get us?
Would that help?
More wary people. So are we going to... Shall we go back to... Okay, it sounds like a lot of things happen at the House of Illusions. So, as Rebecca says, shall we head back to the House of Illusions?
Yeah, I guess we've got to investigate, see if we can find a portal in there. Really wishing I had some sort of detect magic by now.
Oh yeah, also check on to see how that mermaid and her hubby kind of daily going on. I'm kind of curious about that. Like, you know, one marriage proposal was ruined. Maybe we saved another.
Well, we could swing by the Silversong Lake on our way to the House of Illusions.
Silversong Lake, the Palasha's not there anymore. There's a
Okay.
sign that says back in 10 minutes or something.
Do we see any, like, signs of drips, like she's traveled in some direction?
No.
Okay. Well, Candlefoot was hanging out by the House of Illusions, so shall we head that way? Continue heading that way? Oh, and we thank Widget and Poppet, and tell them thank them for the information. Tell them they have a wonderful show and beautiful cats.
Yeah, good to see him again. You know,
They bow deeply.
They said they haven't lost anything from the carnival, is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to stop anywhere? Anyone at the, or do we want to go around and look at the dragonfly rides or gondola swans as we're heading there, or are we on a mission?
Should we go past the dragonfly rides to see if there's anything we've missed before we head to the Hall of Illusions looking for that portal?
Sure, I think that's a good idea.
Alright.
I still kind of want to get some of those, what were they called? Flask cakes? What?
Fairy cakes?
Yeah.
I agree. Let's get some
right.
fairy. Do we want to enter into the fairy cake eating contest before we go?
Yeah, I want to go in with a full belly.
You know, I'm not averse to eating some of these fairy cakes. Anybody else
I
want
eat.
to do that? I eat. Okay. So shall we participate in the fairy cake eating contest?
Y'all can.
I am down.
Okay. So where is the fairy cake contest?
It is in the feasting orchard.
Yes.
All right, so you can eat. Let's see here. 3 cakes. No, that doesn't seem right. You eat 20 cakes plus your Constitution modifier. And then for each cake
what's my
after
contribution?
that, you have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
If you fail that,
Oh, they're not the
pass out.
cupcakes I'm thinking of.
Oh. So, okay. The first one has our Constitution modifier. So, like, what? Like mine is. Okay. So it's 1d20 plus 1. D20.
Same for Vraka.
I mean, mine's 0, so 20 plus rolls.
What did I just do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I would say I failed. Probably.
So you said that. What was it for the? Like, how many can you eat before you need to make con saves?
20 plus your Constitution modifier.
Can I sneakily sleep one of the other contestants that's doing well?
So I got
Go
a
ahead
6.
and roll.
So I don't think I'm doing well.
You are passed out. You are belly full of cake and custard all over your face.
Okay, so I can
Am I
eat
smi-
21
am I smiling?
before.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I got a success, so I'm gonna try and take out one of the someone who's doing better than one of my party members.
Definitely.
No, I got a 5 for my first
All right.
roll. After I'm going to my 22nd and like, nah.
Oh, I should have done this. Okay. I was just doing the roll dice roller.
Oh, Vraka is still in.
All right.
Oh wait, I have one of those. What are those things called for this system?
Luck.
Yeah, I use that.
Make sure you uncheck it on your character sheet.
Do I have a luck?
You do indeed.
Do I have a luck
You
roll?
should.
I should. Yes, I do.
Bitch!
You weren't
I'm
petting
gonna
her
try
right.
again.
She's just doing grabby paws, and then she got me in the leg.
Your dice knocked my dice.
Okay, I did better on the. My luck point. I did a little bit better on this one, like 10 better.
Yes, I got a 19 this time.
And I've unchecked my luck box.
All right. Let's see. We'll give the last remaining contestant a straight roll. 50-50 chance. All right. The last contestant's still in it. So everybody roll another con check to see if you can get cupcake number 23 down.
fucking crit.
13.
All right. Raka.
14.
All right.
Oh my god.
And the gnome that is competing against you is looking at you, trying to give you the evil eye while stuffing fairy cakes into his mouth. So, cupcake number 24.
A lot of cupcakes.
Nice. 20, 15.
Chocolate gets one down.
Does 12 do it?
Ham does it. Yep. You need a 10. And Raka does it. Oh, and the gnome is out. So it's between the three of you.
He was doing too much. It was going gnome, and just couldn't take it.
He couldn't take no more.
No more.
All right, cupcake number 25.
Yes.
All right, Raka's got it.
Fraka is strong.
Snarkleek's got it.
We did it, boys.
So, Snarkling, are you saying that you failed on a will save?
Not today.
Not today. Okay, are we another round?
Yep. Roham gonna do it. Yes.
Barely.
Wow.
That's a lot of I think
Still doing
you know
it.
what? A lot of hungry teenagers.
Dude, I'm doing so great. I feel so great about myself after that one roll.
Yeah. Oh my.
All right.
Fraka and
Roham,
Snarkleek are in. Is Roham still in?
can you do 26?
Rohan's got a 12.
Oh no, that's we're on the next round already.
Oh, okay.
So how many cupcakes are we in now? 25, 26?
This is
Okay.
26.
I think it's 26.
Okay, 26. Okay, cool.
All right.
Oh,
Can you do
boy.
27?
Oh, I crit.
Yes. Yes.
I'm still in it.
I'm still on it too. Oh no, there. I haven't pushed the button yet. That was last time.
Yes. Cupcake number 27?
That's impressive.
Sorry, fairy cake number 27?
Chug. 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 Oh. Holy. We're wasting all
Rock
these
is like-
rolls.
Chasing it with a leg of
He's chasing
turkey.
cake with cake. Oh, turkey leg. There we go.
All right, that was
God, this is
27.
great.
28.
Jeez. All right. It's bound to. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there we go. There's one.
The first drop out of us. Snarkly calls.
All right, Snarkleg had 27 cupcakes.
I'm still.
All
I'm
right.
still standing.
Vraka
29,
turns to
Roham and
just
Draka.
gives a nod of approval and grabs another cake.
So is this solid black dice? Is that the GM dice?
No, that's
No,
mine.
Raka's.
Okay.
I played with Dice So Nice.
Now the dice, the DMs, or the gnome is out. My dice are blue.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, Cupcake 30. Or that was Cupcake 30. Cupcake 31.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Rock is still going.
Oh. I'm down.
I am
All right, so
champion.
Roham got
Raka wins.
31.
You are the
As expected.
champion, my friend.
Is Raka gonna stop or keep rolling?
Oh, he's gonna keep going. And
Oh.
that's the one.
And off by
He
just like
stands
one,
in
one extra.
victory, grabs another cake, eats it, and falls.
So Raka with 32 wins. Roham in second with 31. Snarkleg in Third with 27. I think the gnome had 22. And the person who fell asleep had 19. You win.
So did Valerica bow out of this?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Just you didn't want to get all that sticky stuff over your fine clothes. Oh, you just wanted to watch us and laugh.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching and giggling. I did sleep someone for you, but I should have held that for later. I slept one of your competitors.
All right, Braka, you get a cupcake as a prize.
A surprise!
Another cupcake.
But this one functions
I
as
will
a
cherish
potion of
this forever.
invisibility.
Ooh. Cake and a diamond cake.
I will just drop that on your character sheet. Boom.
Even though they were tasty, I don't know if I can look at another chalice cake again.
Fracas.
Fairy cake. The fairy screeches as she
Braka's
flies by.
Right. Okay.
All right, so the dragonfly rides. You guys walk by the dragonfly rides and just kind of check it out.
Yeah, I think we're gonna check it out properly before we go to the Hall of Illusions again.
Yeah,
How much more time do we have?
I don't think I want to vomit.
You have. Let's see,
I guess so. Yeah, you get a little bit of.
I what? Okay, I'm good.
should be
So, what kind of ride is it anyway?
10
Oops.
o'clock. They are large dragonflies, giant dragonflies.
That you
And
ride?
They take you for a
That
ride.
you ride upon?
Yep.
Cool.
And there is
Maybe after
a
I've digested for a bit.
Northwind and Red are hanging out here. Northwind is a treant, sapling treant, and Red is the little squirrel who gave you your dandelion.
Oh, that's adorable.
Let's go on the ride. Or at least talk to the people around here.
All right. Yeah, you
You
guys
wanna
can
take
go
a
on the ride. And basically, it's an actual dragonfly, and it's trained to just go kind of once around the carnival in a figure eight, kind of
But
around
it's
the
huge?
2 loops. It's huge, yeah.
Have we met this
Another
triangle
reason
before?
for Snarkling to not get on.
What was that, Lisa?
Another reason for Snarkling to not get on.
Yeah, I'll definitely get stamped and take that ride.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Have we met the treant before? We got the dandelion from Red. Have we met the treant?
They were walking
he
around
already on?
together, but you haven't met him. No, you haven't met
Okay, let's go.
All right, so
And we say hello and just sort of chat with them.
Alright.
How long have they been here, and what do they like about it?
Yeah, we've been here for a while. Really like the carnival. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are great.
Great. What do you think of your patron?
Oh, I like Mr. Witch and Mr. Light a lot.
Okay. They seem to be very nice people.
Yep. Mr. Light likes nothing more than to see us smiling faces, you know. If the carnival's happy, he's happy. Mr. Witch, well, he's got that pocket watch, you know. Can't run the carnival without it. So I hope he never loses it.
Ominous foretelling of the future. By the way, real quick, what kind of cupcake was that again that you got over there, Bronca?
Potion of invisibility cupcake.
Right.
Alright, so anything you guys want to do on the dragonflies?
Can we do sick
Not right.
tricks?
You can try to do sick tricks.
I don't know if I have the stats to do sick tricks. Sick tricks requires a lot of intelligence, doesn't it?
I would say wisdom, probably.
I have
See if
that.
there's something I can do this.
Yeah. I'd like to see if I can get the dragonfly to do something interesting for us.
Alright. What would you like your dragonfly to do?
Let's try for an aileron.
What is
Just
that? Oh, okay.
What people think a barrel roll is.
A barrel roll.
Yes.
Do a barrel roll.
Yes.
It's
But
an aileron roll.
But it's not. What they do in the video game is an aileron roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, a barrel roll is when you're on the outside of the circle, and an aileron is when you pivot on one point.
Oh. And I'm going to do something after she tries her trick.
Cool.
Alright, so why don't you go ahead and give me a DC 12 wisdom.
Okay, 10 or higher.
There you go.
Woo.
So you do a aileron?
An
Is that what you said?
aileron.
Aileron.
I'm just gonna look it up to make sure I'm aileron roll.
You're like, no, sorry, it's a barrel roll.
Yep. Does a full 360 revolution about its longitudinal axis. Thank you, Wikipedia.
That's just a much nicer word than barrel roll.
Yeah, well,
But I don't think Google will do an aileron roll for you.
Oh, God.
I have an image. I will put it in chat. Just because. Cool. Oh, that was fun.
It's on Wikipedia.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Oh, it's different than a barrel arrow.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Oh. I've been thinking of barrel arrows completely wrong all my life. Listening to
Because
you
of
today.
Star Fox.
Yep.
Probably.
Star Fox.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had that wrong impression even before Star Fox. So there was something else that was messing me up before then.
Oh, well, there you go. But, yes.
Yeah, maybe something like it's like
Star Fox has not given the internet anything good.
they got it from somewhere. Maybe they
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
My video game loving girl, all she liked to do is with Star Fox is watch the opening sequence when they all zoom in from the outside and land, and they all go running across a flat surface. And she liked it so much that this is now 50 years later, and I remember it. That's how many times I watched it. Okay, Rohan would like to try and see if they can stand up on the back of the dragonfly. You know, I'm the king of the world.
All right. Do the same thing. A DC 12 wisdom check.
and they have I have advantage on climbing skills, and I was going to be using that skill
Sounds good.
for and would that be a, you still say it would be a wisdom?
Yes. Wisdom
Or to be a
DC
dex.
12
Okay.
advantage. Because you're trying to get the dragonfly to cooperate.
Mhm.
So you do not get up to full like letting go. You don't feel like you're stable enough on the dragonfly to let go.
Oh well. It was worth a try. So I don't fall off then. I'll be grateful for that.
Yes, exactly.
Because somebody else says, "Ah, wise garn, yeah." Okay. So we complete the dragonfly ride. We go by, say hello to the displacer beast in the Lost and Found.
He smiles.
Just
We
a
should say
matter-
hi as we go
waves it off.
past.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything interesting at the Calliope?
The Calliope is a monkey
Oh.
playing the Calliope. Let's see. A merry tune spills forth on an instrument on the back of a brightly painted wagon. A monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle at the wagon's rear, sending music into the air. As you watch, a goblin dressed as a ladybug toddles up to you, rattling a tin cup. She says, "Spare
Do we
button
have
if you
anything to
please.
put
I'll
in a
sew
tin
it
cup?"
next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face."
I'm game. I probably have a loose button somewhere on my clothing, and I'll drop it in.
All right.
Yeah, Snarkly has a lot of buttons. He'll probably drop one in as well. Just
All right, and the monkey on the Calliope, when the ladybug dressed goblin brings it back to the monkey, he hoots and hollers. It says, "Thank you, thank you." He turns the crank a little more energetically.
How was the displacer beast doing?
He looked like he was managing. You know, he was watching a couple of kids.
Hmm.
So we're
onwards to
on
the
our
Hall of
way to the.
Illusions.
Anything else?
Did we figure out how long Zanabi has been missing? Stuck in time?
It seems to be
Less than 4 years
3 or
ago?
4 years.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. Okay. So that lines up with Star's disappearance, with what's his name's colors.
Wasn't the color loss fairly recent, or was it?
The color loss
Or
is
just
fairly
the-
recent. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
But that's where some
But
of
we-
the more notable ones started.
Mhm. Well, so yeah, less than 3 years. They were with us 8 years ago, but the witches have been the security for a fair period of time. So the army has overthrown the leader. The army has staged a coup, so to speak.
All right, so heading over to the Hall of Illusions. It is closed. It is doors are closed and barred.
Oh, what happened?
There's nobody out front.
Can I poke around and see if I can find? I have. I am skills: climbing, sneaking and hiding, applying disguises, finding and disabling traps, and delicate tasks such as picking pockets and opening locks. So, can I sneak around and see if there's any lock I can pick, or other way I can sneakily make my way in?
It's a tent. You can just go under the tent. You guys make
Okay,
your way
this is
around
true.
back where there's nobody walking around paying attention. You guys can just pop under the tent to go in.
Okay.
Alright, so you are back in the Hall of Illusions. The magical mirrors that make you appear different. Every mirror is something different. It's kind of set up in a maze, so it's hard to tell where you are. You see sitting on top of one of the mirrors this little dude. He's probably
Thanks, I hate it.
about 2
Yeah.
feet tall
Pretty much.
in the position he's in right now. And as soon as he notices that you see him, he dives into the mirror below him. And goes to
Into.
the other side. Into, yes. And it ripples like a pool of water.
Right. Can't tell if Yoda or Gollum. Goda? Goda.
Go down. Or
Should we
Yolam?
attempt to... Yolam. I like Yolam better.
Yolam
Follow him to that mirror. See if we can also pass through.
Well, let's see if we can put our hand through or something.
Yeah. Like a. Does it go through? Does it not?
So as you approach the mirror, you see him running away in the distance of the mirror. So it looks like he's running
Oh, wow.
backwards into, and he could see him like splitting up into the different mirrors behind him or behind you. Obviously, if you look back, that he's not behind you, and you touch the mirror, and the mirror is solid.
Can we see him after he went to the other side, or did he disappear?
Yeah, you can see him like running away from you, running away from the mirror, and like it's like he's running away from the mirror in reality. So like he's running towards the mirrors behind you, and you can see his reflection kind of splitting into the mirrors that are behind you. And then like once he gets far enough, he disappears.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, if you turn around while he's running, you don't see him. You don't see his reflection in the mirrors behind you or him behind you.
Okay. So there has to be a way to activate the mirrors.
Or yes. Or we have to be somebody in particular to be able to activate it.
Also notice,
I would at least like to mark this mirror, because obviously this is possibly like the one that we need to go through.
Yes. Yes. You want to grab a tin of face paint or something and just put a...
I have a disguise. I can be able to disguise self, so I presume I have some kind of
make the mirror look
makeup
like a
kit
chair.
on me.
Yeah, sounds good. You guys also notice that there is a broken mirror in here.
Oh no, who could have done this?
My goodness, how did that happen? Now we did we know that Jay went in and broke the mirror when he was invisible to the rock, or did we just have
Nope.
them vanish and reappear.
Nope. He said I'll catch up.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, it had to be one of the mirrors that shows us as we are, not one of the mirrors that shows weird, strange things.
Yes. Yeah.
Wondering if that might have anything to play with it. If we can find another mirror that looks like it's a proper reflection, not a distorted one.
Yeah, you can definitely find another one.
Okay. I don't know. Reaching the limits of my intelligence. In real life, not in character. What are you meowing about? It's nowhere near your dinner time.
It's always dinner time.
I hear that. At least I was going to try and persuade you that it's so.
My oldest cat will
Okay.
cry until I turn the light on and walk her to the food.
Aww. Aww. Poor kitty. How
And
old is
when
your
I leave the
oldest
room,
kitty?
she comes back out and cries.
Aww.
15?
Oh, she's like about Fumi's age.
Yeah, old enough to not be scared of the dark. She was the hunter, too. She used to go out and hunt all night. She brought back the back end of a jackrabbit once.
With one of my first cats, a storm. We knew it was spring when she started bringing lizards into the house, and she'd bring them in alive and expect me to catch them.
Oh, yeah, it's more fun that way. Clearly, you
Yes.
want to have fun, don't you?
Clearly, well, I've been told that when cats do that, they're treating you like a kitten. It's like, here, I'm bringing in this thing for you to learn to catch this thing. You know what's the worst thing about it? Is it worked. I got better at catching the things she let loose in the house.
Makes sense.
Mice are the hardest. Mice are the
Yes.
hardest. You have to chase them into another container and then take the container outside.
Never had
I've
that
found,
problem.
like, so
All the
many-
mice are dead.
I found so many interesting like rat traps online. It's really fun. Like non-harmful ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one, she just like, I don't know what that is. Oh, she is not a hunter. I designed a
Oh.
character. I made her into a character for D&D. She's a bard. Small, loud, and opinionated. Okay, so we are in the house in the House of Illusions. There was a strange character who dove into a mirror, which is solid for us, and there's one broken mirror. And Valerica had an idea about looking at the other mirror.
Yes, and it is solid as well.
Yeah, I was just trying to find other solid mirrors that don't distort, because I figure only those ones can be the portals.
Oh, interesting point. Interesting thought. And do we find another untouched mirror?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he said there's plenty.
And we don't really see. Does it seem different in any way, either magically, stylistically, positioned? Anything
No.
about it?
No, and the way I'm kind of picturing this, they're all like freestanding mirrors for the most part. They're not like floor-to-ceiling mirrors.
Right.
So they're all designed kind of differently, you know. Some have black frames, some have gold frames, some have silver frames. Some swivel like this, some swivel like this.
Like they might have picked them up from a variety of places along
Exactly,
their ways.
yeah.
What do we do? What can we do?
Is that bread?
At least we know where we need to go. We just need some sort of like keyword, password, maybe an item.
Sorry.
Does our mage have any kind of spell that might do something?
Oh, wait. I detect magic.
Thank you.
All right. Would you like to roll to cast it?
Yes.
Ooh. Is that?
I did it.
You did it.
All
Do we see
of
magic?
the mirrors are magic.
All of them. Oh wow.
Wait, all of them? Oh, damn. Okay.
Are they all the same kind of magic, or can you tell?
Because you can... If you focus for 2 rounds, you discern its general properties. So we could go around and see what mirrors do what.
Yeah, so I want to focus first on the one that we marked, the one that the green person ran into.
So they all, after doing 1 or 2, including this first one that you picked, they all have like vision distortion properties. There is no teleporting, transference kind of properties.
So maybe the disappearing into the mirror was a product of the creature, not the mirror itself.
But the thing is, though, like, we know that the...
We know there's a portal in here somewhere.
And we saw them run into this one. So, like... Well, like, I'm also, like, a novice wizard and all that, like, so, like, maybe I'm missing something here.
Okay. Is there anything else that is showing magical besides the mirrors?
No.
Is there any sort of backstage area to the Hall of Illusions?
Maybe a small one.
Have a
But
background if we're not being watched.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. No, actually, I don't think so. I don't think there'd be. Maybe a couple of extra mirrors in the back.
Or maybe
Something
like
like
a what are those things called? Like a janitor's closet, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, there's probably a wagon behind it, and that would have stuff to set up the mirror. So so not a room, but there's a wagon behind it with extra stuff in there.
Okay.
A couple extra mirrors, frames.
An investigation of that leads to nothing by the sound of the DM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hear anything? See anything?
What's above us?
The tops of the tents, the peaks of the tents.
Above us, only
Okay.
sky.
So there's nothing. They're probably painted dark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably some sort
Is
of
there
light
a
up
path
there too.
that we can follow through the maze that doesn't lead to the exit, leads somewhere else? Is there something else we can...
Yeah, there's several dead ends. Yeah.
Is it Are these on the ground or are they on a platform?
They are on the ground.
Okay, so there's nothing, no secret exits. Are there any markings or anything like that on any of the mirrors or anything like that?
Probably nothing. Nothing relevant.
Okay. I'm stumped. Is the Kenko still with us, or did we like let them go on their way?
I don't know.
I mean, we offered to have them part of the group, so I'm kind of thinking that.
I think that's up to us.
Yep.
Up to you. I'm kind of assuming I was sweeping the Kenku along with us, partially because they seem to know things, and partially because I wanted to keep an eye on them.
Sounds good.
Sounds like we've reached a dead end in the Hall of Illusions, though.
Does Kettle Whistle have any thoughts
Insight?
about this? Insights? Yes, that's the word.
No.
Okay.
Nope. She will assist you in checking, and yeah, that's about it. Don't think there's anything fancy she can do.
Mm-hmm. It's actually getting cold in the house at night.
Nice.
So what do we want to do next?
Yeah, I think once you decide
talk
what we're
people?
doing next, we will we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. Are we trying to get this done and get out before the end of the carnival, or are we going to try and adventure further along the carnival? Are we trying to go or trying to stay? Team?
I think we are trying to go to Prismere.
It seems that way.
Staying
Yes.
with Carnival might be helpful for this.
Okay. I just was trying to see if we were on the same page. So we have maybe maybe it's time to. How much time do we have left?
After you leave the Hall of Illusions, it's going to be 11 o'clock, so you'll have one more hour, so 2 things to do.
Shall we?
What are our leads at the moment? We know that Witch and Light know how to get to Prismere. We could try to get that information out of them before the crowning. The only place we haven't been to is the Bubble Pop Teapot and Mystery Mine.
Right. Excuse me while I'm thinking. Are we going to try and get some kind of information accomplished before the crowning? Are we going to try to do something with or during the crowning? Are we going to have kids go and do some more fun things before the crowning
I'd
and
like
try
to
and
see
solve
if,
the rest of the stuff?
I'd like to see about like at least one of us getting to that position if possible. That maybe get us close to them, like to us doing something with. I'm kind of guessing like stealing that watch would be a big deal. And
Yeah, I don't think that's something we can necessarily pull off. I mean, they wanted to steal the watch to bring attention to the problems, And we now have a team that's paying attention to the problems. So I don't know if at this point, I think we need
But-
more.
But at least they might have a way of, like, getting us to Prismia. Yeah, they're kind of like the people in charge. They probably know something on how to
Could
get
be
there.
leverage against Witch.
Right. That was the idea of stealing the watch, was to get leverage against them, so they'll tell you what they know.
But do we need to do that before they are crowned? I mean,
I don't think that part's important.
What happens
long as we
after
get
the
it.
crowning of the monarch?
The place closes.
I mean, I think
So,
at a
yes.
certain, I think at a certain point, our goal right now is to stay in the carnival. And how do we convince them not to kick us out when it's over?
Steal the watch during the crowning?
Will that make? I mean, what makes them not just all jump all over us and take it back?
Well, they seem to know the most, so perhaps once they tell us what they know, we can get to Prismia.
As I said, you're going to try and get that done before the crowning?
Well,
We could try and convince them, given what we know, but
we also have Biscuit.
They didn't seem that impressed with us after show, so I don't know if we can stick around otherwise.
We have been doing. We did it. We did Well, okay, actually, we didn't reveal that we captured them, but we did at least drive off the problem that is whistleblower. I'm not very good with names. I apologize.
We could.
I mean, whistleblower's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we could present the fact that we have managed to stop the problem in the carnival, that the Kenku is no longer going around and creating problems and harassing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that might be okay.
You know, I mean, basically, my thought is to go. My idea, and you can shoot it down as you wish, is to talk to them and say, hey, we would like to stay with the carnival. We've got some acts that you liked, and we've also been able to act as security, and we've stopped the Kenku from creating problems. Oh yeah, this is our friend. Don't you remember them? They've been with us all along.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like to stay with the carnival, and
We could also reveal, like, hey, we know this and this about Prismir and the hags and stuff like that. It's like, you don't have to tell us things, but you could point us in the direction on how to get there, so we could stop it ourselves, and lie, and then get our stuff wherever that is.
So that's I like that even better. I mean, basically say, hey, you can point us in that direction with keep us around, point us in that direction with plausible deniability on their part.
Yeah,
Well, their thing
obviously
is
they don't.
Go ahead, Will.
Like their hands are tied. They can't do anything themselves. Didn't say anything about having other people do it for them.
They made a pact?
They made a deal, yeah.
With-
Some sort of deal.
They made a deal.
Let's see what he can say.
So doesn't depending on the wording of it, like they could just like oops, we opened a portal to Prismir.
Yeah, Mr. Witch said, we agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the hourglass take what it wants, and in return, we stay in business.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mr.
Okay,
Light said,
so they
someone's
were
going to
forced.
find
They
out
might
about
actually be
us.
more receptive.
They'll shut us down.
They might actually be more receptive than we're thinking. My suggestion, instead of the theft, charm person.
Sounds good.
Unless they are particularly
might
powerful
be-
magical peoples.
This could work.
Those items
Are
are
Mr.
probably
Witch and
very
Mr. Light greater than level 2?
Take a look here.
Yeah, that's a gamble. That is another gamble.
That is a
Different
gamble.
kind of gamble.
But I'm hoping the DM will show leniency.
Where the hell is their again?
Well, they clearly have a stat sheet, so that already does not bode well.
Yeet!
Yeah, like anything that's
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Any
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
what happened?
They are.
Uh-oh.
They are. Like. I mean. Yeah, it would probably work. I say it would work.
Okay. I would prefer to charm them and stay on somewhat good terms.
Doesn't charm
Especially-
person make them hostile afterwards? Oh no, that's friends. I'm thinking of the friend spell. That's
You're also thinking of 5e.
yeah, exactly.
Gotta lose that 5e brain. At the end, it knows that it was done to it, yes.
Yes.
But turns hostile? Not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, if you use charm person to make them stop enough to listen to you, I could see after it wears off, that could be forgivable. If you use charm person to do something that they would not normally do.
At the end of the day, if we're trying to stop the hags,
That may
we're
be
on their
better
side.
to them.
we want what they want. But they probably can't help us directly because of the pact.
Mm-hmm. You have charm person as a spell,
Mm-hmm.
Valerica. I also have. I got in the last time around, when we were pulling from the bag, a pair of charming glasses that means I can cast charm person once, and it will break.
Ooh. What's your
Oh, a
charisma
double
like?
charm.
That's actually double charm. So
Double charm. That's dangerous.
I can do witch, you can do light.
Charm person is on an individual.
God, I hope they're humanoids.
Yes.
They
Yeah, they're
are
good ones.
gray-skinned elves.
Okay. You never know
So
with
we are
these
going
fake
to go
carnivals.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are going to go in and charm them so they will listen to us, and explain that we are all on the same side, and point us, and we, load us up, point us, and we will go. That what the ballpark we're going for?
Sorry?
That we are going to go in and talk to them, possibly charming them, and
Yes.
saying basically we are all on the same side. We are doing this so you will listen to us. We are
If
all
you listen to us,
trying
we are
get-
doing this for you, basically.
Yes.
I think that's perfect. We might even want to do that before we resort to charm. Maybe they will listen.
Maybe. I'm
It's like,
feeling fast,
yeah, we-
guys. I'm gonna head off.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I
Alright.
get you.
Should we come
a
back
good
to
one.
this next session meeting?
So
Yeah.
we have decided to go
Definitely, yeah.
speak to them, and the exact details possibly worked out next session.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we've got a hell of
Okay.
a plan.
I think we do. I think it's great.
And we have contingencies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that use our own natural charm first, and charm person if that doesn't work. Our own natural charm.
Funny enough, I have a +8 to charisma.
maybe
A
have
plus
the
what?
goblin-
Squeeze me?
I have a +3.
+3. Oh, okay. I thought you said +8. I was
Yeah,
very
+3.
confused.
I thought I heard that too.
No. 3. So like, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has a +3 modifier for charisma.
I
yet.
don't think. I'm pretty sure I don't. My skills do not
Yeah,
lie in
I was-
that area.
Yeah.
Oh, my charisma is flat.
I actually have a
Technically,
+2 to my.
yeah.
I have a +2 to my charisma.
Yeah, I just
Right.
kind of like, okay, that's what I got. I'm a wizard that's very charismatic.
Okay, so we have some charismatic people. Okay, so it sounds like we got a plan, man. I will. I hope to be here next week. I don't know how I'm going to be feeling, or I might be as Valerie said, loopy Lisa. But it'll certainly be much more pleasant. It would be a pleasant distraction.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyways, I gotta get heading off. Y'all have a nice night.
Night. Take care.
All right. Have a
Bye,
good night,
y'all.
guys.
Adios, au revoir, bye bye.
Have a good week, everybody. Take care.